This has been the most revealing stream that I've ever had. Here it is. My grandmother, my mommy's mommy. My grandmother was bedfast. She got brain cancer and breast cancer in '89. I was born in '90. She was bedfast. My mom had a sister, another sister, and a brother. None of them lived around here besides her sister, one of her sisters. And, one of them lived here. So my mom would stay with my mama, who was bedfast. She had balancing issues because that's what side of her brain was messed up with cancer. And she was bedfast. A year before I was born, my mom took care of her. My mom and dad was having problems, and mom would usually stay with my mama when they were split up, so I was raised in that house. I think we was 7 or 8 years old before we actually got our own place where we would stay on the weekends, because through the weekdays we would stay with my mom and take care of her because she couldn't get out of bed to do anything. Bedpan, bedridden, everything. Okay. There was one bed. Actually, there's 2 beds. There's the hospital bed and a queen size bed in that house. It was a 3-bedroom home, 1 bathroom. My mama stayed in the hospital bed in the living room. There was a master bedroom where the bed was, where me and my mom would sleep. I slept with my mom till I was 13 years old because we didn't have another bed in that house. At that time, my mom and dad was going through a divorce, so nobody was doing anything to help the other out to make their life any easier. My mom was driving around a probably 80-some model STN red, no radio, no heat, no AC, no door panels, because my dad had to provide some kind of ride for my mom. I was 13 when I got my first bed. There was 2 TVs in the house. There's one 27-inch that Mama watched in the living room. When I got home from school, my mom would have my food fixed, and we'd watch Golden Girls at 6. At 5 o'clock, we'd watch Dukes of Hazzard on TNT. And 7, 8, 9, whatever time, it was time to play PlayStation. Because I never got a PlayStation 2 or Xbox. It was PlayStation. And it was on a 13-inch TV that had the VCR at the bottom because it had the auxiliary ports. You know, the RCA ports. That's the only way we could play my PlayStation on it, because I had them 3 ports, so I had to have that TV. Because all the way up until I got that 13-inch, I had those RCA ports. I was playing on a 19-inch, twist the knob, Sanford & Son color TV, the old TVs. I was 13 when we got my first twin-size bed, and I started sleeping by myself. I didn't sleep with Mom no more because we finally had a second bed. 13 years old. My mom wiped my butt till I was probably 8. Never did poop in a public place. Pooped at school. When I was a kid, I probably pooped at school 4 times in my entire 13 years of going to school. That's how babyfied I was. My mom was very, very good to me, very blessed. And anyways, my grandma, my mama, passed away, when I was 14. And Mom got remarried, and we moved farther away, and I started my high school year off with my mom at a older school, more redneck country school, more poverty in the area school, different atmosphere school. I got made fun of. High school was rough my first year. I hated it. They were so mean to me because I had no idea about hunting. I had no idea about anything. So I went back to my other school where I was more happier. My 10th, 11th, 12th grade year, much happier. Got along better, had girlfriends, had more friends, was more comfortable, didn't get made fun of, more cliques. From the time I was born, I was popular in kindergarten because I had walkie-talkies, leather jackets. My mom and dad was together, and I was happier. So kindergarten was a lot easier for me. I'm in third. How did I get in third? Anyways, after kindergarten, my mom and dad started separating, and I was really having a hard time with that because they was both at each other's throats. Then it overflows onto the kids. You know what I mean? So second grade was awful. Third grade was coming out awful, going into better. I was starting to get overweight then. Fourth grade, I had come to terms with I'm not cool and whatever, but that's okay. Fifth grade, same thing. Sixth grade, seventh grade. It was so up to 10th grade, I went through a really hard time. I was voted class clown and was so embarrassed and afraid of what my dad would say that I wouldn't get pictured. Then, since I wouldn't take the picture, and they was like, oh, it's for fun and games, take the picture. Like, no, I'm not taking the picture. It ain't gonna happen. I don't want to be class clown. I'm not going in the yearbook as class clown. And they still put in the yearbook. I can show you. It's down in my parts store right now. It still says Tyler Blake is shit, not pictured as class clown. I cried because I knew what my dad would see that, would think I was goofing off in school or that I was a disappointment or whatever. That was one of the roughest, hardest things ever.